Good morning to you. Somebody followed me downstairs. And somebody wants to be on top of me. What are you doing there? Oh, I washed my face and he's sniffing my beard. There's nothing in there. There's nothing in there. What are you doing? He wants to go for a walk. I'm gonna take him for a walk. Alright, buddy, there's this thing we do in the morning with our people here, okay? Can you get used to that? The Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. He's such a good puppy on the leash. He don't take off running nowhere or anything like that. He just walks right with you. You know, one of the things that we took away from yesterday's video with the UAW strike and all the demands that the basically UAW is fighting for the people is, you know, prices of things. To have a 40% increase in benefits across the board is almost unheard of. It's like somebody is purposely trying to tank the system, and the workers themselves are not realizing what's going on, and they're abiding by it instead of fighting back and saying, hey man, that doesn't even seem logical. How are we going to get $150,000 worth of benefits incentive per person, you know, in this category, blah blah blah, and still expect the system to function properly? It just can't happen. And with the prices of, what I don't understand is, with the prices of vehicles, come on Jackson, with the prices of vehicles the way they are, and everything's doubled in the last, I don't know, 10-15 years, it would seem that the quality would be better, but it's not. And even the workmanship is not better. It's gotten worse. The money's transferring to the big guys up top's pocket. The people down low are suffering in the process. They deserve more. They're not getting more. You're paying more for the vehicles, but the quality of the part is not getting better. So are we paying for the vehicle to put the money in the pockets of the people up top? That's what it sure seems like. Because we're not getting a better vehicle. And a lot of people were saying, oh, just buy Honda and Toyota and don't buy American anymore. Don't buy American anymore. Do you understand what that would do to the industry? First of all, Honda and Toyota don't make a heavy-duty vehicle for the American, you know, public to do any kind of work with. So I agree there. That's not there. In our market here in the United States, that's not there. That's not an option. They don't have something like that here. And not everybody wants to drive a Hino-style vehicle, even if they were here, and call that your heavy-duty vehicle. Especially when it comes to moving and cargo stuff. I actually despise the way the Hinos and the Isuzus with the stub nose fronts and stuff look. I hate it. I think it's just absolutely hideous, and I'd never buy one. But that's me. I like having the variety of things that I have. You know, that's why these old vehicles around, because they run like they're brand new, and you don't have to be perfect with them, and the parts are fairly cheap. Come on, Jackson. So I can still buy aftermarket parts. I can still buy Chinese parts for the old town cars and Grand Marquis and old Camrys and Accords and Civics and GMC Sierras and stuff. I don't need brand new parts for these, because the aftermarket world is pretty much taking over that anyway. And there are companies like, you know, TRQ, that we're doing a car right now at the shop. Almost exclusively has nothing but TRQ and Detroit Axle. And I understand you guys are going to say, oh, yeah, but Detroit Axle has had their issues over the years. You know, you'll have that. You'll have, just like they say, just like the union guys say, you'll have that on the bigger jobs. That, it is what it is. You know, they eventually work out the kinks and stuff. And It's been years since I've really had any issues with Detroit Axle or TRQ. I've never had any issues with TRQ. TRQ, they make a pretty good OE style product overall. Or Movito, I think one of them is called Movito. Excuse me, I had to let it go. One of them is called Movito, and I never had a problem with them either. You know, most parts warehouses are full of aftermarket OE style parts. Some of them are better, some of them are worse. You don't know, but there's suppliers there. I'm not going to get hung up on the fact that the workers are striking the way that they are, because I believe that everybody should be paid what they think they're worth, right? To an extent, within reality, I should say. But to say a 40% increase per every single person the way that they are, it just seems like this is not the workers doing this. This is the union doing this. This is somebody at the union that's pissed off about everything that's going on, and they're just not having it. And they've decided that they want to convince workers to be a part of the circus. And I've had more bad than good with unions in general. I have never really had a good experience with unions in the grand scheme of things, but I do know that there is a purpose for them. There is a layer of protection and assistance to employees that they don't have with the employer themselves, because sometimes the employer, they want the freedom to be able to disrespect and mismanage employees the way they want. With the union being there, supposedly there's supposed to be this level of assistance that's provided, but it's rarely ever there. I don't like the idea of just buying Honda and Toyota, but I also don't like the idea of making an industry more difficult than what it has to be, based on the needs of people that want fatter pockets up top. If you guys think that this is just the workers themselves that is driving this, you're wrong. There's much more to this than what people think. We're in a time right now where they're wanting to push more EV than anything. We're in a time right now where they are wanting to consider more green and all this other stuff, even though more green doesn't seem like it's that big of a benefit to us right now, especially when it comes to EV vehicles. He's starting to pull a little bit now. You know, they tell you that electric vehicles are better, electric vehicles are more beneficial to the environment and stuff like that. But then when you start looking at how beneficial they are, the type of atmosphere that people are put in to come up with the supplies and stuff to build the EV vehicles, and then the overall footprint it has on the environment, it's actually worse. So, I don't know. I guess it's to each their own, right? But this could essentially be really, really bad, just for the simple fact that you put the struggle and you put the clamps down on the people that are paying you like that, no matter what the reasons are or how you support them. It could get to a point where people start, well, those robots look so much better. Instead of a third of the 5-mile Nissan plant being, or a quarter or whatever it is, run by robots with the body panels and everything else, then maybe, just maybe, half would be better. You push too much like that, and that's what's going to end up happening. As there will be more and more work sourced out to Mexico and overseas, and they'll find more ways to come up with AI to take care of regular work. It's happening already. It's been happening for years as it is. So, it's just, I guess, my morning talk on this whole situation, and I'm going to continue walking this guy because he's starting to pull now and get more interested in everything, and I'll focus on training him, and I'll talk to y'all later. Be blessed. 2015 to 2017 Ford F-150 rear taillight install. LED. What's going on today? Take care. I love y'all.